Hi there, everyone. This is Pastor Joshua at Holy Trinity Lutheran Church, and we are continuing our interview series. And I'm so grateful, Emily, that you have allowed me to interview you and have a conversation with you. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's start out with just who are you? Like what have you always lived in San Carlos, Redwood City?
Yeah, I don't live in San Carlos. I live in Redwood City, like right near the border.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've always lived here.
You've always lived here, and have you been going to Holy Trinity since you can like remember?
Not since like forever. My parents, I forget where their church originally was, where they got married. I think it's in San Mateo or something. It's quite far away. So they were
San
looking for a
Jose.
more San Jose. All
Yeah, I
right.
think it's San Jose.
I don't know geography,
Yeah, it's all good.
but yeah, it was too far away, and then they had me and my sister, and they weren't gonna travel there every single week just to like wrangle two kids into a nursery, and then yeah. So they were looking for a closer church, and then at the preschool that I went to, they met Pastor Dan, who was two pastors before you,
Uh-huh.
and he had kids that were about my sister and I, our age. And so through them, we joined Holy Trinity. So I've pretty
Cool.
much been here since I was like 5.
Like, do you have what's one of the first things you remember about Holy Trinity?
I think I remember. Pastor Dan was so long ago. I remember when my parents became official members of the church,
Oh,
because they
really?
had like a special little ceremony, but they wouldn't let me participate.
They
They
wouldn't
gave
let you
like
participate
they
in
gave
it
my mom and dad tickets. Yeah, no, I was like 7. I was already a member just by being there.
by being there. um, and you said you have a sister?
Yeah, I'm a twin.
You have a twin sister. You're fraternal twins though, right?
Yeah, we're fraternal, but we look very similar.
I would say that you do
Especially,
look very similar.
yeah, especially when we were younger.
I think that's one of the things that you and I share in common is I'm a twin too, but I'm an identical twin. And let's talk about being a twin for a moment. Um, is there anything that you find particularly frustrating about being a twin?
Uh, Well, when I was younger, it was just me and my sister. We would always play together and stuff.
Mhm.
So whenever we're close together, we either end up like really bonding and like just being really weird around each other because like we understand each other so well, or we end up like tearing each other's heads off just fighting so much. So it's really like we know how to piss each other off really well.
Totally.
Should
It's
I
like an all or nothing, right?
should I not be cursing? I
No, it's
feel
all
like
right. It's fine.
I only have
I
one.
want you to feel comfortable. However you want to talk. Um, so do you um I'll tell you one thing about being a twin that that some people find frustrating, that I don't. People have always called me Josh, Jeremy, or just twin. And so a lot of people in my family, they just call me twin. They call my brother twin. And were
Wow.
you the kind of twin that you like got mad if they called you Eva, or did you just not care all that much?
I didn't really care. I thought it was funny that I could like trick people. When I was like when I was in 7th grade, uh Eva and I looked pretty different back then. Not as much as we do now because she's cut her hair, but I was talking to a guy and we were like kind of mentioning about how I had a twin, and I was like, yeah, so like, Eva and I were not really in classes together, and then he stops for a second and then he's like, wait, I thought you were Eva. And it's like, you think I'm talking about myself in the third person? It just wow.
Has there been any other time where people have confused you two or um, like that?
Not so much anymore. Actually, I was just at the dentist earlier, and she was like, "Which one are you?" But I barely see her, so it's understandable.
There's when I was in Jeremy and I went to the same graduate school, and he was downtown it was in Pasadena, and this woman taps on his shoulder Jeremy turns around and she just wraps her arms around him. And my brother is like, who is this woman, you know, hugging me, you know? Uh, so Jeremy like got really like, who is it? You know, as she goes, hey, how you doing? It's so good to see you. And Jeremy goes, I'm Jeremy. I have a twin brother. His name's Joshua. And she's like, stop it, you know, no, you know, and wanted to talk. He's like, no, I'm serious. She makes him pull out an ID to show him because she thought he was lying.
Wow.
So, um,
Well, you
eh,
you and your brother are like super similar.
yeah, we're pretty identical. Do you uh did you ever like anything about being a twin that you've loved? I mean, you said you had somebody you always play with, but is there anything
Yeah.
else you love about being a twin?
Well, it's just like I don't really have anything to compare it to, but it's just like I have my sister, and like we're very close. Like I probably when I get married, she's gonna be like my maid of honor or whatever.
Yeah,
Just there's no contest. She is the closest person I have to my age.
yeah, for sure. For sure. That's so great that you are so close to her. So I still consider myself, I'm still very close to my brother. And there's almost not a day that goes by that him and I don't have some form of communication, even today, you know. So that's cool. When you said I don't have anything else to compare it to, one of the questions I really didn't like being a twin was, well, what's it like being a twin? And I was like, I don't know. What's it like not being a twin? And they're
It
like, well,
just
I don't know. And I'm
is.
like, I don't know. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you're asking me to compare an experience to an experience I've always had, you know. So you're a senior now in high school, right?
Yep.
Do you want to talk about your plans after high school?
Well, I'm gonna go to college. I've been planning to go to college in Utah because I just kind of want to like nothing against the community or California, but I just want to get out. Like I want to travel. I want to
Yeah.
see what else is out there. The Bay Area is quite sheltered, so I just want to like look at other people's opinions and stuff instead of just like online.
So
Thing.
it's in Utah, is that what you said?
Yeah, University of Utah.
And what do you want to study while you're there?
I was thinking of studying uh, video game design.
Say that again.
I was thinking of studying video game design.
Oh, cool. That's cool. What do you like about, like, are are you thinking that you want to like um create video games specifically, like be the person that draws the video games? Is that what you're thinking?
I would like to be an indie developer sometime along the line. Obviously not when I like get right out of college because it's super hard. But I just like I see myself more as a storyteller. I'm
Hmm.
very into like making up stories, and my my ultimate goal is to be an author. But that's also something that's very hard to do right out of college. So video game design is like it's creative, it's artistic, and it makes a good amount of money. So
Yeah,
it seems like a good industry to try to get into.
that's cool. That's really great. Um, are you the kind of person that plays a lot of video games?
I play some video games. I play The Sims a lot.
Hmm.
I mostly watch other people play video games because I'm cheap.
That's cool. Um, do you have any hobbies?
uh, I draw. I used to read a lot, not so much anymore. I was one of the kids that read like all the time
Yeah.
whenever I could.
What kind of books did you like to read? What genre of
uh, Fiction. I got as I got older, I realized I really liked history, so I started reading a lot of history books and nonfiction stuff. But I've always loved fiction.
you've always loved fiction? Is there any series that you've read over again?
Uh, well, when I was in quarantine, I started reading the Harry Potter books again, just because they're still pretty timeless. And
Mm. That's cool. That's did it feel like going home a little bit, like a little nostalgic for you?
Kind of like I had a lot because I had a lot more appreciation for the world building and stuff. Because
Mm,
when I first read the books, they were like some of the first books that I've read, and then as I got older, I read books that were not so great and had very like underdeveloped worlds. So
mhm.
when you read Harry Potter, you get all this background and cool little tidbits, and you're like, wow, this is great.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting.
Just
Is there
comes
any
along.
other books that is real big world building for you?
I liked the Percy Jackson series.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. I don't read a lot of fantasy fiction that much anymore, at least.
Do you watch a lot of television?
Nah,
Not so much. Well, I was
not a,
just wondering because I just wonder if world building has something to do with that in different kind of modes of whether it be books or television or
yeah.
movies, that kind of
I
thing.
do like Star Wars. They have good world
A person after my own heart.
building.
I love
Yeah,
Star Wars. Have
Star
you?
Wars, Firefly, all that good shit.
Yeah. What about the like Marvel cinematic universe?
Uh, I'm more of a DC person. Just I grew up with a lot of animated DC TV shows, so that's
Oh, right. Yeah. Cool. Well, we can agree to disagree on this one.
yeah. Why fight? Just movies and whatever.
Hey, what do you, just a question, what do you have on the back wall behind you?
Uh,
What is
it's
that a
something
post?
I don't know what. It's my sister's poster actually. She went to Comic-Con one year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she was like she made a whole cosplay and stuff. But so she bought that I think because she thought it was pretty. It's
Nice.
from some show that neither of us have watched.
What show is it? Do you know?
I think it was like Jesse Jones or something.
Oh, Jessica Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Got it. I just couldn't tell what it was in the back. Uh, did she go to the San Diego Comic Con?
I think so.
Wow, that's cool.
It wasn't right near here. Yeah, she made
And
like her own costume and stuff.
who did she dress up as?
She was Mercy from Overwatch, but like a steampunk version. She
Got
like
it.
made her own wings and a scythe. Yeah, it's a video game character.
That's awesome. Um, cool. Have you got to try to design well, I guess Sims is designing worlds, right?
Yes, that's why I like The Sims, because again, it's a storytelling game. You create people and you do whatever the hell you want with them.
Yeah, is there any other stories that you just kind of love that you think is well done?
Uh, you know the Raven Cycle series?
No, tell me about it.
It's by Maggie Stiefvater, and it's very good because it's both super funny and kind of scary at times too.
Yeah.
Uh, it's basically like there's a girl, Blue, and her whole family are psychics, and she's not a psychic, but she has a prophecy attached to her that when she meets her true love and kisses him, he'll die. And it's like it's super prophecies are usually like super unspecific, but this one is like super specific.
Right.
And so she meets this group of boys from a private school, and they're really cool, but they're on a hunt for a dead Welsh king because their leader Gansey had like a vision. He was close to death, and then he heard a voice saying like, "Right now, someone is dying when they should not. So you shall live. You will live when you should not." And it's just like, and then it had something to do with a Welsh king. I
Mhm.
forget exactly what his name was, but so they're hunting for him. And then there's a lot of like ley line stuff, and it's really cool and it's funny. So I don't like super serious books.
You like to keep it light.
Yeah, it's a little humor.
Yeah. Do you
Fiction's escapism.
you like to escape? That's the
Yeah.
that's the goal of it, huh? That's cool. Um, okay, so we obviously live in the real world, right?
Yeah.
uh, um, which, for better or worse, what would you do to make a better world? Since you like
Uh,
world building, and this is what I'm thinking, I wasn't planning on asking you this. But what would you do to create a better world?
I would get rid of global warming because that is a dumb plot line.
Say that again. That's a what?
It's a dumb plot line. It's not working. It's causing too many problems.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's one thing. What else?
Uh, just the usual. Make people listen to each other.
Hmm.
Stop
If
being idiots.
if you felt like we could have like an ability or a superpower or a what would it be?
Superpower? Well, I've always wanted more arms just so I could do more things. But that's not really a superpower. So I guess just the ability to survive or empathize. Like you could look at someone and just kind of feel what they're feeling.
Hmm. Hmm. Do you feel like you're a person who does that already or no?
I try sometimes. Yeah.
But you think the world could use a little more empathy? Is that
Yeah,
is that what I'm hearing?
very much.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. So what when you uh go off to school, you said you want to do some traveling. Um by the way, are you and your sister going to the same college?
No, she's going to Denver.
She's going somewhere else. How do you feel about being away from your sister for college?
Uh, I think it'll be fun just because I'll be completely surrounded by new people.
Yeah.
I'll probably still like message her on Instagram and stuff, just send her memes and whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool that uh you're you're braving the wilderness without her. Uh that's really that's cool. Um do you think what you said you wanted to travel, so you're going to go to Utah, but are there any other places that you want to travel to?
Oh yeah. So my dream goal. Do you know what schoolies are?
No, tell me about this.
So schoolies is like you take a school bus, an old school bus, and you convert it into like a mobile home. And so what I really want to do is just get enough money to get one of those and just become an indie game developer slash author and just travel around in my school bus, and camp out places, and yeah, that's kind of what I'm leading up to.
That's the goal for you. That's what you want to
Yeah,
do. You want to be able to live in a school bus, travel in the school bus, all the while being a video game developer and novelist. Well,
yeah,
I think one of the great things about traveling like that is you get all this experience and you meet different people and you get to see different areas. So that will really help enliven your imagination. I think that would be helpful. Um,
yeah.
there's a movie that just came out called Nomad Land, on Hulu, I think, if you have Hulu. Uh, and it's all about these are older people who basically she converted a van into a house, basically. And that's what she does. She travels all around and works. And that's how she lives. Um, so
Cool.
that's cool that that's do you find that you would like want to go to like small towns, or do you want to go to like big cities, or just be in
I'd
the middle of
rather
nowhere?
I'd go anywhere, but I'd rather just be like yeah, either in a small rural place or like camp out in the woods and stuff.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you think about um like everybody has these ideals that they try to live up to, right? Like the person we are not currently what we want to be at any time in our life, right? We're always striving for something. What kind of ideals do you hold for yourself? That what kind of person are you wanting to be? That you're striving to be?
Um, but ideally, I would be someone who is confident in themselves,
Mm,
like who knows who they are and just isn't afraid to be that,
mm.
and someone who's just, yeah, just tries to help.
So be helpful as well. So there's
Yeah,
like this internal portion where you want to know who you are really, and then this external where you want to do good to those around you is what I'm hearing.
yeah. I feel like I know who I am. I want the confidence to be it.
Mhm. What would that confidence look like?
I just not caring about what other people think, not being afraid of them like judging off
Mm.
appearances.
That I'm sorry to say that just comes with time, kiddo. Uh, you know, um,
I gotta wait for it.
that's just there's always it's always there. The you know even as a pastor at 40 years old, I still go like, oh, I wonder if they like me. You know, um, it's I've just grown more accustomed to having those feelings and living with them and being okay with them. Um, but it's a we're all works in progress constantly, right? Uh, so I think that at what you're 17, 18?
I'm 18 right
You're 18, sorry. You're 18. At 18 years old, that you have that ideal that you're striving for and trying to work towards, I think is a really big deal at 18. I think that's awesome that you think about that and that's what you want. Um, let's talk about faith for a minute.
now.
Uh, how would you define faith?
Just in general.
Sure, just like what is your definition of faith?
Uh, just something that protects you from harm. Kind of
Mm,
like something bad happens and you're just like, that's life. I believe it'll get better. It's
mm.
just one bump in the road.
So faith is kind of a forward-looking thing that it won't always be bad in the moment.
Yeah,
This too will pass, I guess, is a common saying.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like that vision because it's visioning a hopeful tomorrow. Um, and so you worked for that. That's awesome. Do you um how would you use like words like God? Like how would you describe your relationship to the church now, or faith in God, or like how does that stuff resonate with you?
I guess my relationship would be ever growing. It's currently Lent right now, so usually during Lent I start reading the Bible like every night.
Oh, do
I
you?
don't usually do that. Yeah, I try to find like a reading plan online or something, just like a verse or two.
Oh, that's
But that's
cool.
always fun.
That's
I have
cool.
this really cool. I found this kind of old Bible uh, at a garage sale. It's very pretty. It's kind of Catholic, which not like it, but uh, it's very pretty. It's got like pictures of saints and the the starting letter of each chapter is decorated kind of like in medieval style.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Do you uh one of the things when you were in confirmation that I didn't know about was this website called the Bible Project, and they have really good videos giving overviews of each of the books. So if you're ever like, I don't know what I'm reading, I want to know what this book is about, go to the Bible Project. It's like 5 to 7 minute videos, and they're really interesting on each of the books of the Bible, and it'll provide an overview. This way, anyways, it's really good. Check it out if that's of interest to you at all. So let's go back to faith and the church. So you said it's ever growing, and in Lent you're reading the Bible. Do you take on Lenten practices?
Yeah, I do. I've been trying to since I was like in 6th grade, 5th grade when I first learned about it.
Yeah.
Just
What are other things you've done before that you're willing to share?
well, when I was like really young, I would give up like sweets and stuff, and then I got older and I gave up. I'm a huge Linkin Park fan, so one year I just gave up wearing all of my Linkin Park merch, which was tough.
You gave up wearing Linkin Park stuff?
Yeah, I couldn't quite give up the music, but I had to like not wear the hoodie and whatever, which I wore all the time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed because I know how much that means to you, or did mean to you. I remember I would see you all the time in Linkin Park stuff. So do you still wear a lot of Linkin Park gear?
Yeah, it's like half my shirts are just band shirts.
Yeah, yeah.
I have hoodie and stuff. It's great.
Wow. And how did that feel when you would get up in the morning and then be like, oh, I can't wear Linkin Park today? What was that experience like for you?
It was kind of tough 'cause, like, that kind of stuff was my comfort. I was like in middle school, and middle school is rough. And but so yeah, I remember just sometimes I would just sit and be like, "Give me strength, don't let me fall. Give me the strength to get through this." And I did.
Wow. So not only so when you were there, it moved you to prayer a little bit for strength. That's really beautiful. That's like really cool that
Thank you.
that Lenten practice worked like that for you. Uh, what other Lenten practices have you taken on that
Well,
you remember?
this year I'm giving up watching YouTube videos,
Ooh.
unless they're like school related. Cause like I can't just be like, no, I can't watch that video. That it like whatever. They won't take that as an excuse.
Do you find are you a big YouTube video watcher? Is that kind of
Yeah, I started watching a lot more when I was in quarantine, just for like something to do.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough, but it's fun because I've been able to get back into reading a bit. Just have more
Oh,
time to, yeah,
that's cool. So you dropped one thing and you picked up another thing to that you love. You love to read,
yeah,
right? Oh yeah, that's kind of awesome and maybe even ideal, right?
yeah.
That you're doing something like that.
To
Uh,
me, Lent is all about just like kind of reorienting God in your life and being like you know all these other cool things, but like God should be your focus at the
mm,
end of the day.
yeah, that is excellent. That is excellent. Good job.
Thank you.
uh, you how would you I don't know that I have many more. What else should I know about you? Like what else do you want people to know about you?
I don't know. If they want to know anything, they can just ask me. Like, I'm pretty
What
chill.
what kind of do you have any hobbies?
I do art. I'm in a
Yeah.
fairly hard art class right now.
Do you act still or no?
No, not since high school.
Not since high school. Yeah. And you still sing, you sing beautifully, right? And um play the
Play the congos, yeah.
that's what they're called.
That's
They're called
I've been doing that for a while.
no, I think it adds a real I think it adds real flavor to our church services. So I really appreciate it, and I'm really grateful when you do it.
Well, I
So
kind of like it was my idea. I was in like a long time ago. I think I was like 11. They were trying to do this church band thing with the previous music person. I don't know what happened to her, but it was before the sanctuary got remodeled,
Hmm.
and I might sneeze. But so we had just one conga, and so while everyone was practicing, I just kind of went to where the choir was supposed to be sitting, where the conga was, and I was just kind of like playing along. And then the music director came over to me and she was like, listen, if you're gonna do that, this is the rhythm that we need. And I was like, all right. So I played the rhythm and then I started doing just the congas instead of actually singing. And then it evolved from there until I became the official percussionist. And we got better congas.
Totally. It's awesome. It's awesome. I've I've been really grateful that you've done that. So so thank you.
Yeah, no
Um,
problem. It's a lot of fun.
this is the last question I always ask folks is you've been part of Holy Trinity for a while. What is your hope for our congregation? Do you have any hopes for our church?
Uh, my mom is she directs the Christmas pageant, so she's always hoping that more kids will show up so that you won't have to like resort to older and older teenagers.
Right.
And I think, yeah, just more people keep coming and the community doesn't die.
Hmm. More people come in communion with God. That's really great. That's awesome. Emily, thank you so much um, for agreeing to have a conversation with me today. And thank you.
Yeah, no problem.